literally like 10,000 drunk teenagers out here all trying to pretend like they're all drinking juice and water out of their water bottles. Not fooling anybody, fooling nobody. Ridiculous. So the door to my building is locked. The reason is there's a bunch of crazies outside. Because it's Lollapalooza. And there's a billion people down here. It's hectic. It's hectic down here. Regardless, we'll continue this video at home. All right, back here in Northwest Indiana. Gonna do some quick Q&A. I'm freaking psyched for it. It's a little bit quieter and more serene and beautiful out here. So, quick questions. I want to answer the first two people that asked questions in the last video, asked 3 questions each. So I'm going to spread them out just because I want it to be a little bit more focused. But I want to share some that Aaron asked in the last video. So Aaron's first question was, you know, is Greg Maddux awesome because he left, also like sweet hair, Brendan, I don't care. About to go into the gym. We're just doing it, we'll do it live. We'll do it live, Bill O'Reilly. Jokes. So he asked, is Greg Maddux a good pitcher because he left the Cubs or just because he's great? Greg Maddux is a great pitcher because he was on that like wrecking crew Atlanta Braves in the 90s where they were in the World Series like 5 out of 10 years in a row. They were insane. They were like on that Yankees streak. They didn't win as many, I don't think, but like, I think they only won 1. Maybe? I don't remember. I was a huge Braves fan as a little kid, not because like I knew anything about them. I knew like the star players. I knew like they had Maddux and Smoltz and Avery and Glavine, and like if you ever want to talk about mid-90s sports, like I'm your guy. But Greg Maddux was a beast, and like I loved the Braves back then, not because they were good, but because they were always the underdogs. They lost to the Twins in the World Series. They lost to the Blue Jays in the World Series. Like they just kept losing, and it was just like they were so good every year. So yeah, Greg Maddux is a beast. I don't give a crap about the Cubs. I'm sure it's gonna get me in trouble at work, but like whatever. Aaron's second question is something I'm extremely passionate about. Who's a better sidekick? Samwise Gamgee or Ron Weasley? If you're watching this with your kids, tell them to earmuff it real quick here. Here's how I feel. Fuck Ron Weasley. That guy sucks. I know he like saved Harry Potter's life and, you know, destroyed a Horcrux or something. Like, here's the thing, is that like Harry Potter's about Harry Potter. And everybody thinks Lord of the Rings is about Frodo. It's not. Like, Samwise the only one who like gave the ring back when he had it. Like, he could have kept it. He was the only, like, he carried Frodo up the side of a freaking mountain, up the side of a volcano to throw the ring in there. Like, he had nothing to gain. He also has my favorite quote ever in, like, all of the Lord of the Rings movies. It sucks because it's not even in the book, but it's good writing. They put it in the movie. Here it is.
This is it. This is what? If I take one more step, it'll be the farthest away from home I've ever been.
Yeah, so that's like amazing, right? And he's such a good character, and he's so much better than Ron Weasley. Like, if you, the fact that we are comparing Harry Potter to Lord of the Rings, ugh, sorry, not to disrespect the question. We got to take a stand here, all right? Lord of the Rings is always better than Harry Potter, always. The last question is something else that I am incredibly passionate about.
I'm a businessman, big businessman. I'm a businessman, but businessman. I do business, man. Talking business, man.
Aaron asks, you know, he said he's starting a social media management business and he's doing it for free for a couple people now, but how does he get his first paying client? So the best way for me to answer that is just explain to you how I got my first paying client. I found a nice little tree, some beautiful little shade here. So I got my first paying client for SEO by working for people for free. I got asked about this on a really cool podcast the other day for photographers, and they said, like, what do you think about free work? You know, a lot of people want you to do free work for the exposure, and it's, you know, the joke is like, well, people die from exposure. Like, I don't think you should ever work for exposure when people ask you to do it. I think you work for exposure when you seek those people out. I have done a ton of free work. I've done a ton of free work for people that I think I can provide value for, or I can provide value to their audience. And I seek those people out, right? People who have audiences that I want to like do awesome stuff for, or like entrepreneurs who have given me a lot of value and I want to give back to them. I've done a lot of that kind of stuff, and I always seek that out. I want to do more of that because like I just think that like you do enough of that over time, you know, you really care. Doing that free work is what's going to get you the paid work. Here's how you turn it into paid work. You get the free work, you get really good results, you quantify those results, right? Don't just say like, oh, they did better. Like say I got them $42,000 in revenue. Like I was able to get one photographer, one of my like good friends for a long time. I helped him in his business with SEO. He made $42,000 more than he would have like our baseline numbers. 42,000 more revenue based on my work than he had made previously. And then I just market the heck out of that case study. I just share that with everybody. And that's what you should be doing. Write it, you know, you can go to photomba.net and look at the $42,000 case study on there and just model that. Model the exact way it's written, the pictures that I use, the story that I tell, everything, but just fill in your details of what like you've done for your client. Don't use BS metrics about like reach and views and impressions. Like, you know, that crap doesn't matter. If you're doing social media management, especially like on Facebook, I need sales. I need you to go into the Google Analytics and I need you to track like how many conversions are coming in baseline from Facebook marketing and then like how much it is now. Don't tell me they got more likes and more followers or any of that crap. That's not business. Like tell me like how you change their bottom line. And then when you share that enough, when you're able to say like, hey man, you know, I worked with a local car dealership on social media management and they sold 200 more cars that this time last year because of the work that I did. That's amazing. And then you approach other car dealerships for that kind of work. And eventually you do enough SEO that people outside of that industry start working. Sorry, I said SEO, like whatever. That's what I do. You do enough social media stuff, like people outside of that industry start reaching out to you. I'd say like right now, a half to 2/3 of my clients are photographers. And the rest are just other people. I get to work with these amazing online entrepreneurs and other people that, you know, find value in my work. And that's amazing. But that's how I would start. It's a couple simple steps. It's seek somebody out you know can provide value for, that will actually make them money. Don't try to get some like person that maybe you'll make them $500. Like that's not a compelling case study. Find somebody you can make some serious cash for. So that's step one. Offer to work for them for free. Then step 3 is set a baseline, do really great work. Step 4. Step 5, make that case study. And I guess step 6 would just be like share that everywhere. Everywhere you can. Make compelling content that then links to that. Teach people how to do what you do, but then link to your case study. Any way you can drive. Wow, I'm like really winging my camera around. That's kind of unwatchable. That's what I get for trying to go one-handed. So, like, I don't know. I that's what I've done, and I've done it with a lot of success, and I make a lot more money now having done that than anything I tried to do previously with coaching or digital products or anything like that. I think client services is the way to go. I think it's a real business, not that any of those other things aren't, but like you can't fake the funk. You're either getting results for your clients or you're not. So, Aaron, I hope that's super helpful. I am looking forward to answering other questions next week on Friday or whatever, Q&A Friday. I don't even know. I don't even know what I'm doing. It's amateur hour, and I love it. Ask questions below. Ask questions in the comments below. I have a couple more questions I'm going to answer from the last time I asked people to do this, but I'd love to keep this going. If this has been beneficial for you, you have questions about getting SEO clients, social media clients, how to start an agency, like I'd love to talk more about that stuff, provide more value to you who just spent probably freaking 5 to 10 minutes watching this craziness. So yeah, hit me up in the comments below. If you want to like and subscribe, like that's really my oxygen. That's what tells me I'm doing good. If you can just give me, you know, when I see I get 100 views on a video and 1 thumbs up, like that sucks. But, you know, the thumbs up ratio and the subscribe ratio really means a lot. I'm just going to keep pumping out content that I know. I'll show you how to you know, run a business and still have an awesome life. And I'll show you how to work full-time and run a side hustle, and I'll show you how to do what I do. I've been Brendan Hufford. Don't forget to work hard, be nice to people, don't walk into a tree. Don't get too lost trying to create something that matters.